President Trump and the Republican Party have a voter mandate to downsize the federal government. President Trump is surrounding himself with capable men and women who share his vision. I'm excited for the future. In Idaho, the Republican Party has had a majority for years. However, Idaho Republicans have not made serious policy changes to reform government for two main reasons. First, radical Democrats have controlled the federal government for many years, especially the last 4 years. And second, lack of a unifying vision of what should be done. We are entering a new day. The tone coming out of Washington, D.C. supports state-level reforms. Does the Idaho Legislature have a clear vision for the nature of this reform? This is a generational opportunity to reform education, healthcare, and poverty programs. I hope we take advantage of this opportunity. Today, on the Political Mechanic, we're going to talk about what this federal mandate might mean in Idaho. Welcome, I'm your host, Stephen Thane. Will a crop of visionary leaders arise in Idaho in 2025 to take advantage of the Trump presidency? If history is any clue, the answer is no. Since 1890, the legislature has never fulfilled its role as a policy creation body. The legislature has always deferred to the governor, state agencies, the federal government, big business, or lobbyists. Our legislative leadership has never had an opportunity as it does now. There is hope. The Idaho Legislature, I believe, contains more principled, limited government conservatives than ever before. However, limited government conservative Republicans have never been in power in Idaho before. The establishment wing has. Will this new crop of legislators have the vision and the wisdom, or will they fail because of lack of experience? The voters also have an opportunity to work with our legislators, supporting them, giving them ideas, and giving them feedback. Turning a phrase by Vice President Harris, we need to imagine a future informed by what has been. It is easy to get distracted by unimportant details. Henry David Thoreau once wrote that, quote, "For every 1,000 hacking at the leaves of evil, there's one striking at the root," unquote. Meaning that when confronted with a problem, most people are content to tinker around its fringes rather than attacking its source and solving it outright. Idaho voters want solutions. They're tired of the coercive ideology pushed by the left with a top-down command structure where the desires of common voters are ignored. This is especially true in education. Republicans cannot make the same mistake and push an agenda of control based upon the tyranny of principle. I believe voters want to return to the original American system where the people make their own decisions. They don't like to be controlled. I have hope that Republicans recognize that they believe in the existence of natural consequences, which allows the people to make decisions and are held in check by the negative consequences of poor choices, not by government edict. We don't have to micromanage people's lives. We just let consequences teach them. We don't need to provide government programs to save them from their own poor choices. Why should voters pay for sex change surgeries, either through taxes or increased insurance premiums? Why do voters have to pay for liberal indoctrination in schools and universities? It is the subsidies for liberal policies that I complain about. Let liberals pay for their own choices. Don't make me or other taxpayers pay for them. Let liberalism and conservatism compete in the marketplace of ideas and don't subsidize either side. Let reality win. So back to the issues. In this episode, each issue is only touched upon. Future episodes will be needed to dive deeper into each separate issue. The next issue, I'm going to talk about the administrative state, which is necessary to understand how to unwind these policies that we have. I am also combining my priorities with the priorities of Brian Allman's readers. Mr. Allman, who publishes the Gem State Chronicle, asked his subscribers to list their legislative priorities. So number one was reduce government spending. While I am very supportive, I did not have this on my list because the reduction of government spending is a result of reducing the size of government, which I do have on my list. Reduction of spending is a result of changes in policy. Also, tax relief is a result of reducing spending, not a cause. It is reaction, not our primary action. Number two, immigration. This requires a federal solution, which is forthcoming. Number three, education choice, because too many people are not satisfied with our current system. Number four, improve health care and reduce costs. What we have is a sick care system rather than health care system. Many of Brian's subscribers also want health freedom. Number five, federalism. Turn federal power back to the states, then the states can turn the power back to the people. Number six, keep drugs illegal. The following are issues that I think need to be addressed, but were not on Brian Allman's list. Number one, reform poverty programs to actually help the poor. They are failing because they are based upon giving material goods to alleviate the effects of poverty rather than helping the poor become productive, self-sufficient citizens. The poor need more skills and fewer handouts. Number two, open up natural resources. Radical environmentalism and their policies have hamstrung mining and logging, causing great harm to Idaho rural communities. Number three, reduce the cost and indoctrination going on in higher education by changing the accreditation process, which President Trump seems to be willing to do, and pay for only degrees where graduates obtain jobs in the field. Number four, inflation. This also requires a federal solution. Number five, housing costs. Housing costs are high because of the price of land, materials, and interest rates are too high. Opening up natural resources, lowering energy costs, and reducing interest rates by cutting federal spending will all have a positive impact. Number six, energy costs. Radical global warming policies need to change in order to make this happen. Number seven, less regulation. Must reduce the administrative state. Over 95% of all new laws are passed not by Congress, but through administrative rules by unelected bureaucrats. And then there's a list of issues that I did not address, but Allman's readers did. First, protect traditional values. I'm very supportive of this, and it's actually embedded in many of the above policies. Two, eliminate the initiative process. This is a heavy lift, in my opinion, not worth the effort this year. Number three, voting integrity, which is always important. Four, create a state insurance co-op for homeowners who can no longer get home insurance, which is an interesting idea. And five, they're concerned about gun rights. Our priorities generally align. Now we need to get into the details. So far, this is just a wish list. Until next time, when we discuss the history of the administrative state and how President Trump plans to unwind it. This is your host, Stephen Thane.